We are in our final speaker session. Just wanted to ask everybody as much as possible. Again, our speakers do thrive on your participation. So any comments you want to drop into the chat, any questions you might have, I'll be keeping an eye on those as well too, so I can help direct questions to Mauri. Also wanted to mention when Mauri's presentation is over, I just have a couple quick wrap-up things talking about Fund a Life and talking about what we were able to do for Mark Howell today, and also wanted to talk just briefly about the ReferralTopia Afterglow. So without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce Mauri Rene. She is the author of the book Making God Number One in Your Business. She was referred to me by somebody really special to me. Her name's Trey Bolin. Some of you might know Trey. But she connected Mauri and I because we both believe in paying it forward. I do that with SiriusNet, and Mauri does it with the business that she started called Step Up Referrals. Mauri lives in the Phoenix area. I live in southern Arizona, and we got to meet up for lunch a week ago. And we met at a place called Serial Grillers, which is owned by former Detroit people, which is why you see that Detroit thing in the background for us there as well too. But it's my pleasure to welcome Mauri Rene from, again, the author of Making God Number One in Your Business and Step Up Referrals. Let's put our hands together and give Mauri a big welcome, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here. I am so excited to share my two favorite things, pay it forward and get more referrals. I've been an entrepreneur for 31 years and I've taken several businesses from zero or almost zero to over 1 million in the first 12 months of each business. And the reason I say that isn't to brag. I am grateful that God gave me the skills and what I needed to do for to take these businesses to these levels. Um, and I want to share quickly what my biggest method was of how that happened. And first, like I said, I give all the glory to God for where I'm at and what I have in my business methods. But then next is my pay it forward business method. Absolutely love doing it. It's funny, it wasn't a business method that I started out with. It was just something I started doing. And then I realized I'm like, hey, people are asking me, how are you growing your businesses like this? Like, what are you doing? We want to know the secret. And I started looking at what I was doing and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is an actual thing. What I'm doing It's actually a business method, and I call it my pay it forward business method, which is one of the chapters in my latest book, Making God Number One in Your Business. If you want to get more information, because I can only cover so much in this short time, but I want to give you some examples first of some of the things that I did that, with my pay it forward business method to help you. And if maybe at your one of your Sarasnet meetings, you all can get together and help each other find more ways to do this. I think that would be really cool because there's a million ways to do it. I only have so many examples, but when people work together, put their heads together, they can always come up with more. But one of my examples is that I had a couple of different flooring stores that I owned over the years. I know there's a tile guy in here. That was really exciting for me. Tile was my favorite thing. So, hey, Steve. Anyway, so I've enjoyed all of my businesses. So, but I have to say the flooring store was my favorite. But people, they would come in, and I had a little different approach to how I worked with my customers and how I grew my business than most people. So, for example, I know we have some realtors in here, so you'll be happy to hear this one. I absolutely loved it when people would come into the store and they would say, hey, I'm getting ready to sell my house and I need some painting, I need some flooring, I need this and that. And the very first thing that I would say is, and my employees, I had taught them the same thing. This very first thing that I would say to them is, do you have a realtor? And if they said no, I would get the card of my favorite realtor and hand it to them and say, talk to your realtor first, have them come over and tell you what you need to change before you sell your house. because that's not my expertise. My expertise is to make your house look beautiful and sellable, but I don't know what sells homes. So they do. They're experts. And people were thinking that I was crazy. They're like, "Are you kidding? You let people walk out the door. You didn't even get their name. Like, you didn't even get an estimate. You didn't do anything." And I said, "That's right." Well, every single time, I'm not kidding, 100% success rate with this. Every single time I did that, the person called my realtor, had them come over, and they found out that they needed more or less of what they thought or different. Everyone thinks they know what they need to sell their house, and then the realtor, the expert, comes in and they find out it's a little bit different. But every single time, the realtor gave them what they needed to do, and then they came back into my store and they called and they said, "Okay, we're ready for the estimate now. We know exactly what we need, and thank you so much, and we love your realtor so much that she's going to be listing our house." So every single time I got the job, the person came back to me and I got their work. And my realtor received, I mean, got a house listing and sale and everything else. And what I was starting to do with my paying it forward, I call it pay it forward because I don't think about myself first. I give and give and give to everybody, all my customers, all my potential customers, before they even, before they even think of doing business with me, I'm already giving them something. And so I made customers for life. And I started doing this with I started this thing with my employees. And I have to tell you that when I first came up with it, they weren't happy with me. They were like, "How are we ever going to do all this? How are we ever going to get all this work done? You're crazy." "We'll do it because we love you and we love working for you, but I don't know how we're." And I said, "Just relax. You're going to have time. It's going to be okay." I wanted to be the go-to business in town. So every time people would come into the store, we would find out if they were new in town or, like if they needed anything. But we would tell them, "You know what? Whatever you need." Now, this was a flooring store, construction, things like that. But I said, "Whatever you need, whether it's a mechanic, a hairstylist, I don't care. Whatever you need, call us." So you can see why my employees were freaking out. They're like, "We're going to get all these crazy calls all day long, and how are we going to handle it?" And I said, "Don't worry about it. It'll be okay." And that was the greatest thing I ever could have done because I helped people in my community to no end. Now, I did tell them if I don't know someone that does what you're looking for, or if, I won't tell them anything bad. I won't say like, "Don't go to so and so." I will never do that. I will never bash another business. But I would give them all my favorites. And I started doing that, and I started getting calls from people going, "You're giving out our name." I mean, they were really excited. Like, "Thank you so much for the referrals." Our store was giving out referrals on a daily basis. Now, back to my employees. They got so excited watching everything that they started making a list of their own of their favorite businesses to give out to our employees. I mean, excuse me, our potential and past customers and current customers. And it was exciting to watch them because it caught on to them. I'm telling you, positive, pay it forward, go give her good things that you do. It's contagious. It catches on, and the better you feel, and the more you do, and the better you feel. It's that kind of a. I don't know about you, but I want to be on that catch 22. That's feel good. No matter what you do, you're just feeling good, rather than the one where you're not. Um, anyway, so I have I'm trying to think if I have time for a couple more.
You're good.
Looking at my
You're good.
clock here. Oh, good, good, good. Because I want to give a few more examples. I had a landlord, of course, because I didn't own the building that my business was in. And I was in a networking group like SarahSnet, and I met some people who needed different things, and I knew my landlord, and he had needed some people, some business owners, to look at his new building because he was actually selling these units to people for their businesses. And in my networking group, someone was talking about needing that, and I I always take referrals the next step. If I'm in the local area and I can do this, when I refer people, I try to go to the meeting to actually introduce them. I don't need to stay for the whole meeting, none of my business about their business. but I love to introduce people because then they get that feeling right away that they know someone. And when you get an actual referral, a warm referral like that, a warm meeting, and someone goes through the trouble to actually really make sure you meet with them, your closing rate just goes up so much higher. It truly does. And I found that the only time people didn't close business in that scenario is if that person already had someone that they were super loyal to, which you want them to stay loyal, you want everyone to be loyal, or they just flat could not use your services. I mean, there's going to be those times when people just can't use your services or buy your products because of whatever reason. They don't need them or they don't know. They can still refer you unless they have, and here's another one, they might have someone that they're extremely loyal to that they always refer. And you want them to do that because you want them to do that you want people to do that for you as well. So I found that when you actually take that time to seek out a way to help people and then actually be there to facilitate the help, closing rates are super high. And all the while that I had a business partner in one of my businesses, and she was so mad. She said to me one day, she goes, "When are you ever going to work for our business?" She said, "You are constantly introducing everyone, referring everyone. You're always meeting with everybody." She says, "When are you going to sell our products?" And I said, just, like get over it. And just, leave me alone. Let me do my thing. And it took her a while, but she finally realized that while I was out doing all of this, our business was doing this. And in the first 12 months, we hit over 1 million in revenue. And there are times I've done that with a few businesses, and there are times when I look back and go, wow, I mean, that was pretty amazing. But it wasn't because I was out killing myself for my business. I was out killing myself for everybody else's. You know what? I wasn't killing myself. But you know what was so awesome is not only was my business going up, I was reaping what I was sowing, but my heart felt so good because I was able to help others, not just myself. And I helped them first see, I always say a true giving heart equals success. Well, that is so true, but you don't want to have that. You don't want to give to get. First of all, people will see right through that. You start, giving and you want something in return. People usually can sniff that out, and then they don't trust you because they think you're being deceitful. But in all reality, when you are kind and you give forward and you pay it forward and you do for others, the same exact people you're helping might not be the ones that return to you. It could be someone else. And I will just give you one quick example of that one. There was a carpet cleaning person in my area who came to me and wanted my help. And I said, sure, let me try you out and see how your business is. And if my customers like you, I'll help you. He turned out he was great. He was brand new in this franchise. And I gave him, if you want to talk about a gold mine for a carpet cleaning company, it's a carpet store, you know? And so I gave him all my customers, and he became franchisee of the year, the very first person to be franchisee of the year in their first year in business. It had never happened with that company before. And he took off to become a multi-millionaire not that long after. It was pretty cool to watch. Now, I will tell you, I never, there were many, many times when I could have received a referral and a job from him, but I never received one. In all the years that I gave him all that business, I never got one job from him. And you know what? That is okay because I don't know what you believe, but I do believe in God and Jesus, and I know He's watching over me, and I know He's going to take care of me and give me the clients that I need. And I also know that if I just continue to do my best to help everybody else, and like I said, my businesses were doing this while I was over here helping these people, my businesses were on the rise. And I will tell you this, I don't regret 1 minute one thing that I did for that man. I mean, when I watch his life and what he's been able to do for his children and just all of it, you know what? I can feel good knowing that I was a little part of that. And that's what matters. So now to my most my newest, most exciting thing is referrals simplified. So can I share my screen,
Oh yeah,
Steve?
absolutely.
Awesome. Okay. Share. This will only take a minute. I'm so excited because Steve and I met recently and we came up with something really, really fun, a really special deal for all of you. So this is welcome to Step Up Referrals. Step Up Referrals is there are so many benefits that I could not even go over them all right now. But we have one of our biggest ones is our digital referral card. It pretty much blows away about any type of digital business card, whatever you can find out there. But I'm going to start with showing you all the people who are in SiriusNet here today and show off their cards. And here I've picked Amy Knight. She's a real estate agent. What I love about the digital referral card is, especially if you're on your phone, of course, whatever is on their card, you can literally do right from here. You can call, you can email, go to their website, you can watch their promo video, you can see what businesses they recommend, you can see their reviews. All of this goes in one place. um, Everything in your business can go on this digital referral card and stay in one place, and it can also be saved on people's phones. So we have our fearless leader, Steve Zukowski. He's got a great one. He's got a podcast on here, and just so you know, too, if your podcast is like on Spotify or Apple, when you put it on here, you don't have to keep updating your card because our site will pull from Spotify your latest and greatest podcast each week, each day, each month, however often you do it. So you will always be up to date on that. There is a gallery for photos. There is you can copy the link and send it to everyone. You can text, DM, post, you can put your digital referral card absolutely anywhere that anything digital can go. I actually threw away my paper cards when I go somewhere. I take my phone and I give them my digital referral card. But here's a really neat feature. Hold on. He's too new. Trey Bolin, our photographer. All right, so she has a list of businesses she recommends. And what I love about this is that this takes your referrals deep. Every time your card goes out, so do all of these other people's cards. And every time theirs goes out, if you're on it, so does yours. And as people go through here and they see, okay, so here's this company here, and oh, wow, well, they're referring this person. And it keeps going and going and going. And she's got people she refers as well. And wow, she's got a lot of reviews. So you know how people hunt and peck and look for reviews. They are constantly like, oh, do I go to Yahoo? Do I go to Yelp? Where do I go? And then when people ask me to refer their business, it just happened again yesterday. I had to sign into something. I had to go through all this trouble for a review. And I'm like, I do want to review them, but this is a lot of work. Now, had they had a digital referral card and sent it to me, I could have just and put my review on it and been done. I don't have to sign into anything. I don't have to do anything. And no matter where you are or what happens or how much you update your digital referral card, it will always stay updated in today. So I think I'm so close to out of time. So I want to, Steve and I were talking the other day and we came up with something really cool. First of all, Step Up Referrals right now is $29.99 a month. And if you want to get it lower at $19.99 a month, you can sign up for an entire year all at once. But we decided that because of this special event here, that we would do one more special thing for just the SiriusNet people, which is a one-time offer of $9.99 a month if you pay for a year in advance. And I'm really excited to be able to offer this to you because we are adding things all of the time. We are adding new features to this. And I don't know about you, but I've had some renewals come up lately that I paid a certain amount, like $30 or $40 a month for, and all of a sudden it's 60 or 70. Microsoft just did that to me with Microsoft Office the other day. It went from 69 a year to 99 or whatever. Like every time I turn around, I'm renewing or it's auto renewal and it's more than the year before. Well, with step up referrals, because I hate that, I don't want to do that to people. I don't want it done to me. Whatever you sign up for, that is your lifetime price. So
Awesome.
I would get in on a good deal now because it's not going to last long. And when it goes back up, I mean, I will never change someone's price as long as they stay in. Of course, I'll never change someone's price, but um, I want people to take advantage of this because it will not be for long, and the price could go up at some point too because we are adding some things that are going to blow people's minds um soon, and I'm so excited. It's going to be the business tool that everybody wants. Simple to simplify their referrals for giving and receiving referrals and for getting more business. So I think I'm out of time, so I better be
Yep.
quiet.
Yep. Well,
So thank you for listening.
Maury, I just put the link that people can use to access your offer, and the sp is what's the code that they want to
Oh
type
yeah,
in?
Sarahsnet in all caps,
Okay, and
because
for
that
those
is
that
the only way to get this deal that we just came up with. Is that's
so th
it.
yeah, so this is where knowing how to spell the word SiriusNet really comes in handy. Which isn't always easy. Hey, let's put our hands together for Mauri Rene
Thank
for
you.
some really fantastic stories about the importance of paying it forward the right way, doing referrals the right way. Hey, we're wrapping up ReferralTopia right now, but I wanted to say anybody that has any questions or any comments for Mauri, we do have a minute or two that we can do that. So anybody that has a question or comment, just unmute and go ahead and speak. Whoever talks first wins.
So, first of all, thanks. I appreciate it tremendously, and I'm glad you got to actually meet together in person. So, I don't come too often to Phoenix, but I'm sure it will be an opportunity. And I can definitely more connect you with a few more people. So, Steve knows how to connect me. So, shouldn't be a problem.
I
Awesome.
think Manesh and Maury will be a powerful duo because you're both just outstanding people who are just have motors that don't stop. Okay, anybody else have
Awesome.
a question or comment for Maury?
Hey, it's Amy Knight, and I also had the wonderful opportunity to meet with Maury. We had a wonderful time together when I was in Phoenix in January for a conference. And I can tell you, just as a testimony, that her heart is pointed toward others all the time out of all of her love for God, and it shows up, and you just can't compete with that when somebody just is always looking out and being, as the Bible says, her brother and her sister's keeper. So can't wait to use this, Maury. So glad you were here.
I'm so glad I got to meet you in person too. We had so much fun. I don't know when I've had a 3 hour dinner in a long time.
That was great. It was
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you, Amy. Any other questions or comments for Maury?
I was just going to say really quick, I'm so glad that Maury got to share her heart for paying it forward. And I've been using the digital referral card for about 5 months, and I've definitely seen an increase in my connections and in converting people. It really does lay that foundation, and I'm just so thankful that I'm getting in now because I really like that offer, forever this price.
Forever pricing. Yeah, you can't beat that. And again, thank you so much, Trey, for making that great connection between Maury and myself. I really appreciate that. Okay, hey, let's put our hands together again for Mauri Rene. uh,
Thank you.
author of Making God Number One in Your Business and Step Up Referrals. Hey, Jen McClure, who was our first speaker, said she woke up with an AFib episode today, and that's why we didn't see her the rest of the ReferralTopia. She may be going to the hospital. She hopes she doesn't have to, so let's keep Jen McClure, please, in our prayers that she'll be okay. But I wanted to just go over to our two speakers really quickly before we also consult with our audience here. Lisa Mininni, what's your positive takeaway from attending ReferralTopia today?
Um, Being part of a group here, I could really tell everybody's lifelong learners and are really interested in their own personal development. But most importantly, how everyone really has to coin the phrase, go-giver attitude. Everybody here has that. So that's really impressive to be part of that. So thank you, Steve.
Absolutely. Thank you. Same to you, Mauri. What's your positive takeaway?
I have a lot. I'm a very community-oriented person, so I absolutely love stuff like this. I loved the people that especially when I got to be in those small groups that you put us in and the networking. That was amazing to get to meet these wonderful people. And being that I'm from, well, I know it's a little further away, North Dakota, but I'm from the upper Midwest, like y'all in Michigan. And I felt at home. I really did. I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me be here. I absolutely love to meet with people and be connected and help people out.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So I want to say thank you to all of you that attended this today for really bringing the right spirit, the right attention, making the best of this, and really just doing a fantastic job. So thank you to all of you. Collectively, we were able to do some good for Fund to Life. Mark will be sending you a check for a little over $500 for today's meeting, and we really appreciate you. Mark, what's your positive takeaway from being the nonprofit beneficiary?
Oh, I mean, it's always such an honor to see people just rally behind a cause. And, so anytime we can marry, business benefits and connection and giving back, I mean, that's what community is all about. And that's what, I think a lot of us are in business to do is just make a difference in people's lives, and hopefully make a living doing it. So just thank you. Thank you for everybody showing up today and pouring into each other and pouring into ReferralTopia, and look forward to connecting in person with anyone attending the Afterglow later on today.
Okay, and thank you so much for mentioning that Afterglow. Just a quick thing. If you attended this today, you're automatically welcome to attend the Afterglow, so you don't need to register for it. Lisa Mininni will be there. Hopefully, Jen feels better and she'll be there. I know she was planning on being there, but Doug Moffat will be there hosting. He was CirrusNet Facilitator of the Year last year, and that's over at Brewery Becker today from 4 to 6 p.m. I'm throwing a quick little survey onto the screen, and I'm going to ask you all to take it. It is an anonymous survey, but if you could please go ahead and click some of the stuff that's on your screen so I can get some feedback regarding today's event. First one is my favorite part of ReferralTopia is the speakers or the networking sessions. Second one is, which speaker did you enjoy the most? And then the third question is, based on your experience today, would you attend another ReferralTopia event?
So, Steve, can I jump in?
Of course, Minesh.
So, do you have the date for the next ReferralTopia?
I don't just yet. I don't just yet.
Okay, so I'm sure you'll announce it soon. So here is the offer right away. The first 5 people to register for that, as soon as you have the date up, I'll pay for that.
Whoa! First 5 people to register for the next ReferralTopia is on Minesh Boxy. Put your hearts out for Minesh. Woohoo! I love that, Minesh. Thank you so much. You've always been such a generous supporter.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
good to see Lisa, my good friend, for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, thank you so much for completing the poll. I just want to open the floor now to anybody else that has anything that you would like to leave us with, any comment, anything else at all, because it is 10:31. I think we rocked it out today, trying to keep a wild schedule and include everybody. Does anybody have a parting shot for us today? Steve
Yeah,
Beck.
happy birthday, Steve.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say what person spends his birthday in such a go-giver way as Steve? So hey, I'm giving you a standing ovation without disconnecting my cord. Yay, Steve! You
And
deserve a
what
wonderful
time did
day.
you get up this morning? Because does it start at 6 o'clock
Yeah,
your time or 5?
yeah, I was up at 4.
Okay, so okay.
Happy
I
birthday, Steve.
thank you, thank you.
Steve, you always hit it out of the park with a ReferralTopia. Every one is as good or better than the previous one. And it goes by so doggone fast. We make good connections. It's fabulous. And at 31 years old, how do you manage that, man?
Hey, I can honestly say I'm not a day over 55.
Okay.
5.5.
Anybody else have
Wow.
anything you'd like to leave us with today?
Yes. Steve, I just wanted to say thank you so much. As you said, the time went by quickly. Everything was organized so well. This is a true testament to you. This is why I have been with you for now, I don't know, what is it, 15 years? 15 years. And, the speakers just bring great information. Solid, very different from one another. And so it's just time well spent. I appreciate you so much and for the speakers that you lined up for us today.
Well, I don't know if you can see it, Barbara, but I've got some goosebumps there from your beautiful
Ah,
comments. Thank you.
Yeah,
Anybody
and you
else?
never know why when you show up, you never know what you're going to hear. And then
Nope.
you hear something that moves, touches, and inspires you. So I heard this from many people. So thank you again for putting this on. And happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. It was wonderful seeing you, Denise.
Happy birthday. Steve, really quick, well, actually to everyone, Sent with Love has a free event for immunosuppressed kids and their families on April 26th. If you happen to know a Warrior Kid family, please drop me a line. I would love for our ministry to bless them at 242 Community Center in Ann Arbor on April 26th. And thank you for sponsoring that event, Steve.
Absolutely. Okay. Okay, well, hey, take this positive, good stuff you filled yourself up with today, share it with somebody else, pay it forward, make somebody else's day brighter because that's what awesome people do. You can never lose by helping other people. You guys were awesome today. Again, thank you so much, Lisa Mininni. Thank you so much, Mauri Rene, Mark Howell, and Doug Moffat for later today. Great to be with all of you, and you will get notifications for the next ReferralTopia, but I hope to see you when I'm in Michigan on July 16th for the CirrusNet Breakfast. That'll be open for registration on April 1st. Have a beautiful rest of your day, everybody, and thank you for the beautiful birthday wishes.
See you, everybody.
Happy birthday,
Hi,
Steve.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, Steve.
Bye, Barbara. Thanks so much for that comment. It was beautiful.
Enjoy your birthday.
Thank you, Manesh.
We appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate you. You pay things forward yourself all the time.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye, everybody.